After an extensive 80-minute delay, Hard Knocks Episode 2 finally released on HBO. In this video, I'll be talking about everything that happened in the episode. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Hard Knocks reaction video, which I'll be doing after every single Hard Knocks episode this year. This video is sponsored by Bet US Sportsbook and Casino. More on them later in this video. But man, they kept us waiting for a long time. Okay, this episode was supposed to release at 8 p.m. Central. It came out at 9:20 p.m. Central. So HBO, man, get your shit together. What the hell was that? Okay, I'm paying for HBO only for this series. Okay, I only subscribe to watch Chicago Bears Hard Knocks, and I'm paying like what, 14 bucks for the month for the ad-free version. You gotta have your shit out on time. Okay, I saw Bears Twitter going crazy on HBO. I was on there, you know, tagging them in every single tweet, trying to get them to release the episode, and finally they did at 9:20. But now I'm gonna get no sleep tonight because I have to make this video and then go to sleep and then wake up early for work tomorrow. Like, they ruined my whole schedule by releasing this 1 hour late. But putting that rant aside, guys, let's talk about what happened in episode 2 and what were some of my favorite scenes from the episode. So they began the episode by showing Jonathan Owens kind of giving a speech to the team about his wife and what she accomplished at the Olympics. He missed a handful of practices to be there with her, cheering her on, and she's the most decorated, you know, female gymnast of all time. So he was kind of hyping up his wife in front of the team, and they're all, you know, cheering along together, which was super cool. I thought, you know, it shows the chemistry on the team, you know, that they all thought that was pretty cool. And then they actually eventually cut into some musical sequences of like players at training camp, Bears players, you know, kind of hitting the pads, you know, doing their drills, you know, kind of edited to match the song in the background, which I thought was a pretty cool sequence, you know, showing the throwing motions and the, you know, the pad stumping to the beat of the song. You know, me as an editor, you know, editing hype videos and all, I thought that was a pretty cool sequence. And you know, when you really edit videos, especially, like, you kind of appreciate how much time goes into stuff like that and how cool it can look if it was done correctly. Now, one complaint some people have had, though, I've seen online, is that they have not shown a lot of training camp per se in Hard Knocks up to this point. A lot of it has been, you know, either preseason stuff or off the field stuff, and, you know, not a lot of just like raw training camp footage, which, if it is called training camp Hard Knocks with the Chicago Bears, you probably should put more of that in the episode. So that's probably the only complaint I have about the series so far. I've liked everything, obviously, for the most part, but that's probably the only complaint I have, you know, for the most part. But I thought that scene was pretty cool. They also showed Ryan Poles in his little office in House Hall, which is overlooking the practice field, kind of reviewing the practice tape from the week. And I thought it was interesting how he pointed out that Caleb Williams looked different in practice that week, and he thought it was because it was a game week. Okay, they were playing the Buffalo Bills that week, so they saw some differences. The front office saw some differences in Caleb in practice during that game week because it really became real for Caleb. Like, he actually began the game prep, you know, installing stuff for the game coming up, and Shane Waldron was saying, you know, in the meetings that they're not going to hold anything back in the preseason. Okay, they're gonna, you know, kind of treat it like a regular game, obviously not trying to reveal everything, you know, in their game plan, but they are gonna, you know, really have Caleb run a variety of different plays, you know, throw a lot of stuff at him. And obviously Caleb handled it pretty well. He had a good practice week. He played very well in the game. He led 2 scoring drives in his first game ever in a Chicago Bears uniform, so really fantastic debut for Caleb. But I thought it was pretty cool how even the front office could tell in practice that this dude was different during a game week, his first game week ever in the NFL. They also had a cool segment on Rome Odunze. He got a lot more screen time in this episode than last episode, but he was at training camp talking to some kids, I assume high school football players, and kind of giving them advice on how they can become better football players. And it was pretty cool how in-depth he went on the importance of practice. He was saying how you should be working with the jugs machines and just, you know, making every single type of catch you possibly can in practice, because if you prepare for it in practice, when the games start, like, there's not going to be any catch that you have not made in practice already. And it really shows you that, you know, Rome takes practice very, very seriously. That's why he's such a good football player, and that's why he was a top 10 pick in the NFL draft. But really cool to see Rome's personality and football character shine in this episode. They also cut to him singing in front of the whole Bears roster, like every rookie has to do. You know, they say their signing bonus, and then, sing or rap whatever song they want to. And Rome probably had the best performance besides for the Canadian Eagle. Obviously, nobody can top that performance, but Rome had a pretty good performance as well. I love that the team was cheering on and hyping him up. I mean, you can really tell the chemistry, the vibes, the energy on this team. It's just so much different than what we have been used to the last couple seasons. Like, it seems like everybody on this team really love each other, really want to, dive for each other like good football teams do. Okay, good football teams have players that are really, tight and close-knit, and it seems like we are building that chemistry here on the Chicago Bears. Now, before continuing with the video, I do want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
Michael Vick here at BetUS.com. Get it all. Huge bonuses, great odds, a race book, live in-game betting, and a casino. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.
So as Michael Vick said, 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. Really cool promotion to take advantage of, in my opinion. So link is down below to sign up. Be sure to check them out. But getting back to the video, guys, talking about some other segments I liked. I really like the Ian Wheeler segment, the backup running back that we have that had a fantastic preseason game. They talked about him actually getting into med school. Okay, he's a really smart dude, wanted to become a doctor, but chose to pursue his passion, his dream of playing football first, and he's making the most of it, man. Like, he had a fantastic practice. They showed some of his practice highlights and how he got a lot better as the weeks progressed. How Chad Morton, the running backs coach, really coached him up hard. By the way, Chad Morton really shined, I think, in this episode with this hard and, tough coaching. But I'm really rooting for Ian Wheeler to make this roster. Obviously, it's going to be tough. We already have 3 backs, basically guaranteed a spot, unless they somehow trade Khalil Herbert, which I don't think it's going to happen, but could be possible, right? He's on the last year of his deal, but it would be kind of tough for Ian Wheeler to make this roster. Maybe he's going to be a practice squad guy instead, but that would still be pretty cool for him, coming from med school and being a UDFA. It's very hard to get these opportunities, and Ian Wheeler definitely is making the most of those opportunities. I also thought it was pretty cool when they showed the segment of Jaylon Johnson going up against Keenan Allen in practice, and how Keenan Allen was in hell during practice going up against Jaylon because he did not get a single catch on Jaylon until much later in training camp. Like, he was struggling big time against that dude, and for some reason his peers, Jaylon Johnson's peers, did not vote him into the top 100 of the NFL, which is absolutely freaking insane. I mean, they voted Aaron Rodgers in when Aaron Rodgers only took like 2 snaps the entire season before his Achilles snapped. Okay, it was absolutely insane that he did not get voted in, but if it's more motivation for Jaylon, then maybe it's a good thing that he didn't get voted in, because he is going to be on a mission to prove himself even more this upcoming season. And in training camp, he's been having a hell of a performance, as the Hard Knocks footage showed. Okay, really good on his coverage on Keenan Allen, one of the best route runners in all of football. Jaylon Johnson was locking that dude up. I mean, Jaylon is ready to become the best cornerback in football. If he was not already that last year, he wants to become that this upcoming season. So, really cool to see that battle between Keenan and Jaylon Johnson. And by the way, just seeing these battles in practice really shows you, how talented the Bears roster is right now. Like, I forgot who said it, but some players said it's like Alabama or Georgia's practices. Like, it's a bunch of 5-stars going up against each other every single day, and that competition only makes you better as a program, as it will the Chicago Bears program. So really cool to see that top talents really shining, and seeing their trash talking in practice. Jaylon is a big trash talker, as you guys saw. He was talking shit on the offense nonstop, which I love to see. Okay, I love to see that competition in practice. They also had a cool segment on DJ Moore's kids. Okay, Ari Moore, and I forgot his son's name, but his son is super cute as well. Obviously, really, really awesome kids. They showed Ari going to the it was some type of like cupcake store, like whatever it was, where they had the sprinkle pool, which is pretty funny. And then I also loved how Ari, his daughter, she will cheer hard for the Chicago Bears. Like, at that Bills game, she was talking shit back to the Bills fans, being like, oh, Bills suck, go Bears. And like, that's so cool that his daughter, only being however old she is, like, she's that diehard of a fan. DJ Moore is definitely raising his kids right, and they love him so much. It really shows you the type of person DJ Moore is. So cool to see that family side of all these players. But yeah, in the second half of the episode, they basically just showed the Bears versus Bills game, close-up footage of what the players and the coaches were saying during the game, what their reactions were like. And I loved how DJ Moore, after making the big time catch, he yelled, "I like football." That was pretty funny. And they also showed the players kind of talking on the sideline. I liked Austin Reed's parents' reaction to what he did during the game. You know, seeing the parents of a UDFA quarterback really cheer on their kid and really savor in the moment of how special it is that their kid is, you know, playing in an NFL game, although it is preseason. That was really cool. That made me smile and be happy for him and his family. And obviously the Ian Wheeler runs were pretty cool, seeing how his teammates reacted to him, you know, getting 2 touchdowns. Khalil Herbert was super hyped up and amped up about that, which was really cool to see, you know, that interaction. I thought it was pretty cool how Tevin Jenkins also, when Caleb actually went down, got hit a little bit late after staying up trying to find somebody open downfield. Tevin Jenkins was the first person to rush to the defense of Caleb Williams, which really, again, that's why I want to extend Tevin to a long-term contract, but he has to stay healthy and on the football field for Ryan Poles to do that. So, man, really praying that Tevin is going to stay healthy this year, because his attitude, his mentality is needed on the Chicago Bears team, which he showed, you know, in this episode a little bit. And I thought it was pretty cool how they also showed Austin Booker at the end making a bunch of big time plays. Eric Washington, our D-line coach, challenged him to get 3 more sacks in this game after he recorded his first one. I think he ended the game with 3 total sacks, so he almost made good on his promise to get 4 sacks, which was pretty damn cool. And I also thought it was pretty cool how Eberflus, right after he was giving, you know, a speech to his team, you know, kind of telling his team that they need some picks. We can't end this game without any picks, without any turnovers. Micah Baskerville goes out there and gets that big time pick 6 and celebrates with a little dance in the end zone. So overall, pretty cool episode. I like the first one a little bit better because it showed, you know, some more behind the scenes stuff, like, you know, the Nick Saban discussion and some other cool stuff. But episode 2 also was pretty fun. Let me know what you guys thought of it down below in the comment section. What was your favorite scene from this episode? I cannot wait for the rest of the series. It's been so fun watching my team, the Chicago Bears, on this series, which I've been watching for, you know, a long time. But it's so much different when it's your players, when it's your backups, when it's your quarterback on the TV. Leave your comments down below, guys. I'll be back with the training camp update video on Thursday. I'm not doing videos for today's practice or Wednesday's practice because I just simply don't have enough time. Sorry. I'm super busy with work right now, but Thursday is a joint practice with the Cincinnati Bengals, so I will definitely be making time to make that video. That's going to be fun to talk about, but yeah, that video is coming out Thursday. I'll be having a preseason game 3 prediction video out on Friday, and obviously a post-game reaction video out for you guys on Saturday after the game. But leave your comments down below. As always, bear down. And thank you again to BetUS for sponsoring today's video.